So last night I was hanging out with a couple guys who were in town in Santo Domingo. He invited me out, man, and I tell you, man, we had a great time, man. We went to the Kamado, then we moved from the Kamado over to Fusions. Shout out to Marcus, man, and his cousin. I forgot his cousin's name. I think it's Billy or Will. I can't even think of his name. He hit me up and said, hey, I'll be in town on such and such day. Hey, if you got a little time, man, you know, I'd like to meet you. Don't worry about anything. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, cool. So when he got in town, man, we hooked up. But I said that for a reason. And some people may think that this video is petty, or it may come across as petty to some people. And I thought myself at one time it was petty, but I just feel like that, you know, I really have to say this because the type of night that I had last night, or the type of invitations I get, weekly or monthly from people coming into town, man, it can get overwhelming sometimes. So I have to be kind of selective with my time. And sometimes I get to meet people and sometimes I don't. It just depends on what I got going on. But I want you to understand that time is money. And I know people who offer consultations get a bad rap sometimes because here on YouTube, you know, everybody offer consultations. They'll go be in a country for a week and then they start offering consultations. And I understand the stigma behind that. And to be honest, I never wanted to offer consultations. I just didn't. That's not why I got into YouTube. I know some people use consultation as a means to make money. That was not my strategy. I started doing consultations mainly because so many people were reaching out to me and wanting some of my time and wanted to speak to me about certain things. And me, I could do three things. I could say, hey, you know what? I don't want to talk to you because I don't want to help, which that's not the type of person I am. I do want to help. Or I could do it for free and get on the phone with everybody who wants to get on the phone with me. And I can't do that. Or I can charge for my time. And me being a businessman or having a business mindset, I charge for my time. So the consultations for me is not a means for me to make any money because thank God I don't need that revenue stream in order to survive. Now next year I may be broke and I may need y'all, I may be promoting consultations. But I never get on here and I promote consultations. Hey, call me if you need a consultation. Because I think that my videos itself are very informative. And if you just listen to the videos and you watch them all the way through, you can get some valuable information. So that's why I do the consultation. But yeah, I leave it in all my video descriptions just in case somebody, you know, they want to talk to me, but I don't have it flying across the screen. I don't offer it on my videos. I don't tell people hit the Cash App or none of that stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying I don't do it. But if you want some of my time, then it's definitely a price to it. Another thing is when people come into the country and they want to meet, I've lost count as to how many people I've met just from when I started my channel in February to now, which has been about maybe 10 months, maybe 8 months. I'm talking about maybe over 50. I've met a lot of people, and that's not even counting the people that, you know, before I started my channel that me and my wife were meeting and that would keep in contact with me, or someone would keep in contact with me, or I would keep in contact with them, you know, depending on the vibe or whatever. I want to say this. If you're coming to town and you're wanting to pick my brain or meet to talk about, you know, moving here or, you know, just anything, my expectation is wherever we go, you need to pick up the tab. And I don't say that because I need someone to buy me a drink or I need somebody to buy me a meal. I say that because when you say, hey, Jay, I'm gonna be in town, I like to pick your brain, that means that I have to stop whatever I'm doing. If I agree to meet you, I have to stop whatever I'm doing. I got to get ready. I got to drive to where you are, and I got to spend time. Why would I do all that and then pay for my drink or pay for my bottle of water or pay for my meal or pay for my chicharron where we decide to meet? Why would I do that to meet a stranger? Because at this point, you are a stranger. I'm not a stranger because obviously you know who I am. You reached out to me, but you're a stranger to me. Just say, for instance, I meet 50 people in a year and I pay $25. And you say, where you get $25 from? Because that's what I typically spend when I go out to Artura or something like that. I get like 2 leyendas, a double shot of leyenda, and I smoke a cigar, and that comes up to be like $25, $26, $27. That's it. That's what I typically pay. If I did that for 50 people, that's over $1,000. Why would I spend $1,000 to meet a stranger? And it's not because I don't want to help, because I do want to help you, but I can't take money out of my pocket to go meet you and spend money. That just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make good business sense. And the reason why I say that is because I have some examples where someone has contacted me weeks, months in advance and said, hey man, I'm coming to Santo Domingo. I want to pick your brain because I'm about to move here. I just want to ask you some questions. So when the person arrived, he asked me, hey, could you meet me in Zona Colonia? Yeah, this is where I'm at. And typically I pick the spot where we're gonna meet at, and definitely ain't gonna be in Zona Colonia because I gotta drive all the way. It's not cross town, but it's not close to me, especially around the time that I typically meet people. It's traffic and things like that. I don't want to go to Zona Colonia, but I did. I get to the spot. We sitting there, we chopping it up. And not one time did this person offer me a drink. And the only thing he did offer me, and he was there with his partner. Him and his partner was sitting there eating nachos together. And then they offered me some of their nachos. Man, listen, I got up out my house to go cross town to meet you. I'm not finna eat on no nachos with 2 other dudes, man. And you can't even offer me a bottle of water. I mean, didn't offer me anything. And let's be clear, this ain't about the drinks. It ain't about the food. It ain't even about the consultations. It's the principle. When you're asking somebody for their time, you need to respect their time. And I just felt like dude didn't even respect my time, man. And of course, I could have bought my own shit. And I'm gonna tell you what was the icing on the cake, man. The icing on the cake was the guy pulled out a cigar bag, opened it up, pulled him a cigar out. He had at least about 10 cigars in there. Pulled his cigar out and asked me, did I have a light? Didn't even offer me a cigar. And everybody who watched my channel know I smoke cigars. This guy didn't even offer me a cigar, man. Even though while I was there, I'm thinking to myself like, damn, this is crazy. But it really didn't hit me till I got home. Like, this guy act like he's entitled to my time. And I'm gonna give you another quick example. Guy hit me up. Hey man, I wanna pick your brain. I'm gonna be in town. Let's meet at your cigar bar. Let's meet at Fusions. Okay, we go to Fusions. First of all, he said, let's meet at 6. I get over there, I'm there at about 5:50 because I try to be on time when I meet people. This guy ends up being late, not getting there to about 6:50. No respect for my time. He said, oh yeah, I got caught in the traffic. I ain't know traffic was gonna be like this. Okay, fine, I got it. I probably should have said something. Hey man, be careful about the traffic at this time. Cool. So he gets there and he said, hey, I got another partner that's gonna be coming to join us. I said, cool. And he had already told me that at 8:30 he was gonna have to leave because he had a Spanish class at 9. I say, fine, cool. So his friend ended up coming while we were talking and chopping it up. Then here comes 8:30. He said, man, I'm gonna have to go. And we were sitting outside. So he walked inside, squared everything up, came back out and said, hey man, I'm out. I said, cool. So now it's just me and his friend there. So once I finished my cigar, I say to myself, well, let me make sure that this guy paid the bill, squared everything up. And his friend was out there, and I asked his friend, I said, did he square everything up? He said, I don't know. He called him on the phone and said, hey man, did you pay the bill? He said, no, I ain't paid. So I'm thinking to myself, this motherfucker had me come way over here across town, was an hour late, that's my time, didn't even pay the goddamn bill, and then left me with his friend that I don't even know. I know it may sound petty, but I'm saying it for a reason. I'm not leaving my house to go meet a stranger and I gotta pay for it. Now, if you come back into town and I've already met you and you say, hey man, I'm in town, you got a little time to meet up at the cigar bar, go watch a game, and I got time to do so, I'm not expecting you to buy me a meal or buy me a drink. I can take care of myself. I know who you are now. Before, I don't even know who you are. You're a stranger. I got to go pay and meet a stranger. That's the difference. So anyway, that's all I got to say, guys. You may think it's petty, and it may be, but I feel like I need to say that because I'm getting more and more requests when people come in town for me to meet up with them. And to be honest with you, it takes a lot of my time. And I try to meet as many people as possible. And I love to do it because I like to see where you guys' mind is. And I like to offer information, but I can't do it and lose money at the same time. So keep that in mind. Until then, remember, always keep your goals at the forefront of your mind. Always live in the present, because that's the only way you're going to live your best life. And I'm out. Peace.
Je begon aan mijn best life, yeah. Je begon aan mijn best life, yeah. Something you and me, oh. Je begon aan mijn best life, yeah. Jumping, flexing,